I strongly believe in female empowerment and females respecting each other. What's good, YouTube? It's your host Axel Rose, the Shogun with the slogan, aka the Bilderberg Boy. And today you are watching MVP Magazine. Yes. Now, I actually want to try and cram in two subjects together, two subjects for the price of one today. One is a really interesting take on a rumor that came out recently regarding Halo hitting PlayStation consoles. What? Is that even possible today? Seems like anything's possible in this new age of gaming. On the other one, we're going to be talking about zombified animal of some sort. Anyway, on with the show. Over the course of this console generation, Microsoft have been very proactive about changing and innovating new ways of content distribution. Whether it's challenging the status quo, an idea of console exclusives by having them all neatly arranged in a monthly package for $5.99, or new streaming services, Microsoft definitely have their hands in a few different cherry flavored pies. Now, as regards their new endeavor, Project xCloud, one of the main focal points of their messaging overall has been being able to enjoy a wide range of Microsoft-focused content over a wide range of different devices. And this has also included stuff like their rivals, iPhones, Androids, because Microsoft do exist in the phone space as well. And this is a very brave, forward-looking approach, especially when it comes to the bottom line, which we all know Microsoft is about. But as far as consoles and their rivalry, I'm very sure it's not just me that ever expected to see them venture outside of the Xbox consoles. So we've seen them as of late be really friendly with Nintendo, even bringing newer games that have just been announced at E3, games like Minecraft, the Dungeon Crawler, and just bringing that to Switch day in, day. We also know that Microsoft invested a heck load of money into the Minecraft franchise, and they brought that to PlayStation and Nintendo as well with no qualms. We're even seeing games like Super Lucky Tales, which last year was touted as a big as a big Microsoft exclusive, and we're seeing that come straight to Nintendo Switch. Now, all of this is well and good, but when it comes to the main man, Master Chief, we never expected to hear anything about that. And Colin Moriarty, formerly of IGN, looks like he's pulled the wig of the whole situation. And okay, let's go into a little bit of an article from Screen Rant and what they have to say about this whole situation. Taken from Screen Rant, a new report claims that Xbox wanted to bring Halo to PlayStation 4, and it actually may still be looking to. Microsoft have been taking a very different approach with its Xbox brand in recent months, pushing for cross-platform play and working with once rival companies. Just recently, it has confirmed that Xbox-owned Banjo-Kazooie is joining Smash Bros. Ultimate, making a huge change in the way Microsoft handles its first-party IP. While Nintendo is embracing Xbox's willingness to create partnerships, Sony has always been reluctant to do so. Understandably so, since PlayStation 4 is the clear front-runner in the console war. Why take the risk of allowing a game that allows logins to Xbox Live when you're already on top? Despite this stance, that hasn't apparently deterred Microsoft from trying. It turns out that Xbox was even exploring the possibility of bringing Halo, the Master Chief Collection, to PS4. This is according to a new report from former IGN staffer Colin Moriarty, who has made the claim during a recent episode of his Sacred Symbols, a PlayStation podcast. And to quote Mr. Colin, "I have it on good authority that Master Chief Collection was being talked about on PlayStation 4 years ago. Like, I have that on great authority," says Chris Moriarty. Seeing Master Chief run around on PlayStation 4 would be something akin to an episode of The Twilight Zone. Still, it's unclear whether Microsoft is looking to play ball with the other hardware manufacturers, as long as it's able to bring some sort of Xbox Live compatibility to the game it ports. Apparently, Nintendo is fine with the idea of doing so, and the company has begun reaping the rewards for just that as a result. There are new rumors that Microsoft Game Pass is on its way to Switch. While that service hasn't been confirmed for Nintendo's platforms just yet, Cuphead coming to Switch alongside the aforementioned appearance of Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Ultimate are blossoming emblems of what a wonderful partnership Xbox will likely keep pushing PlayStation to work with them. Now, I'm going to stop it right there, as this is very speculative, but it does ring true and have a lot of factual elements to it. Even a developer from 343 Studios commented on the whole rumor recently, and they didn't exactly deny it. They just said that because they're not upper management, they aren't privy to such conversations. Now, a game like Master Chief Collection would be an amazing fit for the PlayStation 4. It will bring former PlayStation guys who, or current PlayStation guys, should I say, that haven't exactly experienced the greatness of Halo, and it would just give them, you know, a little refresher, a little masterclass, if you will. Okay, I know that was a terrible joke, but yeah, it'll just bring everybody up to speed who haven't ever delved into the world of Halo, and just give them a little taste of why Master Chief is so popular. And it would also do things, you know, do wonders for showing some PlayStation developers how to get multiplayer running at a certain, you know, at a certain competent level, what things that gamers overall really like, because even though the Halo series has been in a horrible decline lately, there was times when they was doing things very right, especially when it comes to online mode. Halo 2 and Halo 3 were golden examples of why online multiplayer is what it is right now. Great fun, great gameplay, great mechanics, everything good. Do you know? So the feasibility of this happening at this moment in time is very possible, especially with the gung-ho attitude of Microsoft. Will they be able to do it? Sure. Phil Spencer's the guy at the top, and he's the guy that's open to it. And as we said before, Microsoft are definitely all about that bottom line. So if this will bring more money to the Xbox brand and platform, why not? Especially before the new Xbox and the new version of Halo comes out, it would do Microsoft a world of good to get people who haven't previously played Halo or much Xbox exclusives into the ecosystem. That being said, it does kind of diminish like a reason for owning the Xbox. It does kind of take away from the brand that they're being so open with their exclusives. And I can tell you this now, we're not gonna really see Nintendo put Mario, like a fully fledged Mario game on an Xbox, or Sony do the same thing with any of their exclusives. Japan, the Japanese developers, they're pretty much keeping it traditional, and that's what I'd expect them to do from here on out. But seeing as Microsoft is very innovative with these things, for lack of a better word, it'll be great to see the Xbox and the Halo franchise expand. And one of their core messaging for their whole new, for the Xbox brand at the moment, is having these games and experiences available on a myriad of different devices. So they're just basically preparing Xbox fans to be able to experience their games in a more broader sense. And in a way, there's nothing wrong with it, but in a way, it is kind of deep. But seeing these games on different devices and stuff would be kind of awesome and kind of trippy. But yeah, on to the next story. Oh my god. Behold, viewers, as we observe the native stream thought in its natural environment, doing makeup, wearing revealing clothing, and being a general dork. Now, generally, I hate giving externalists and overall Twitch thoughts any kind of mindshare or exposure whatsoever, but the overall hypocrisy and general retardation concerning this whole situation was just had to be called out. Now, Zombie Unicorn, I mean, even that name is just full of grade A cringe. Zombie Unicorn this weekend was caught in a major bout of hypocrisy. Basically, at E3, there was a stage set up by a group called Bang Energy, which had female dancers, professional dancers, and also male dancers, might I add, that she felt she had to speak on and speak up out against because they were apparently shaming females. Now, this is the same person who poses basically nude on Twitch while, quote, playing video games, and who at the time was actually wearing see-through trousers. In public, by the way. So, her fake outrage was beautifully counterattacked by the ever so inquisitive minds of the internet, who just called her on her bullish immediately. My boy, The Quartering, shouts out to him and his awesome content, pulled her up straight away when she tried to get gnarly. Now, when Miss Zombie saw the dancers at E3 and she was initially outraged, she took to Twitter to make a video stating that it's 2019 and such behavior should not be allowed and it's just outdated. To which The Quartering replied, "I'm very funny. Girl, you literally paint your boobs for tips on Twitch." Now, instead of heeding the constructive criticism given to her by the community, like a true feminazi, she doubled down on her idiotic rhetoric. She says, "The fact still stands that they were scantily clad, they were basically twerking every time I saw them, and it's extremely unnecessary and irrelevant to sell an S.H.I.N.O energy drink. Had this been a different venue or convention, it might be acceptable, but the point I've made still stands." And then in comes Angry Joe with the assist. "Zombie, I hope you can take a bit of friendly criticism. This was a bad take. Those girls are clearly dancers, performing, not booth babes. If you have an issue with revealing shorts on dancers, that's fine. But it's hard to take you seriously when this is your next pick on your own Twitter feed." Yeah, this was very empowering. And remember that drink that she called Ishi? Yeah. Isn't this a picture of you drinking it? Drinking that same drink that you called Ishi? Oh, but I get it. Because you weren't getting paid for it, it's now Ishi. And because she can't take the valid criticism from the community, she just resorts to calling, anyone who doesn't agree with her an incel. Funny how that would actually go to describe most of her male fan base that actually give her money for taking off her clothes on Twitch. And something I find even more ironic and funny is that the same women who were dancing on stage, or just who are booth babes in general, don't like to be spoken for by crazy aging feminazis and actually refer to the whole situation as politically correctness gone mad. I mean, most of these girls are models or dancers who are just living check to check or who have other jobs, but this is how they really enjoy making their money. Like, modeling isn't something that is needed. It's more of a fringe passion. So if you can actually make money for it, like the rare times when you do, that's more power to you, boo-boo. That's great. You don't need aging, overweight feminazis to actually speak for you. And it's funny that the models themselves just don't like it. But to be honest, after her involvement in that whole bully hunters fiasco, which is another can of worms which we could go into, but just not today. I've already had too much of zombie fried eggs. She should just really just choose her battles more carefully and just not choose them at all, because the closer you look into this chick, the more of this you find. Empowerment! Yeah, hypocrisy at its finest. But anyway, like, I'm done with the subject before my head just, before I just start getting tired. Thank you for rocking out with your boy, watching the videos. I know my upload schedule has been very sporadic, but I appreciate all the comments and all the likes and stuff, and people coming through generally and stuff. So shout outs to Jamal King, Larry Caldwell, Pillars of Creation, Barrel Bob, Blood Dragon, BitCloud Gaming, everyone that's just been supporting the channel and all that great stuff. I'll be back with more for you on Wednesday, and yes, have a great day. Build a bug!